What is up, money friends? Wanted to jump on the Facebook machine and, well, rather the YouTube machine and do a live and talk to you guys about the message from the ARK founder and why it's all a lie. We're going to break it down piece by piece. So let's get into the juicy details. So without further ado, this is the status update from the founder of Arkfi Globe and addressing the recent events and future. And so we're going to get into all of this. I broke it down piece by piece on my Medium, so you definitely want to check that out for up to date. And just to give some context, just yesterday I did say that the ILT is quote unquote working again, so be safe. This was on the 18th, which was actually about the 18th at night, like around 11 p.m. And as I told you, it is indeed working again. So as you can see, they implemented it, buys and sells. This is going to mask the skimming that they're taking off the top, which we've discussed in previous videos. But be careful. This isn't going to last, obviously, because they're going to do this till they can skim enough crypto or BUSD off the top to keep the price down. And then when the liquidity from larger wallets can't keep draining it, they'll dump the price again, lock out those wallets, and so forth. So let's break down all of the things that they are promising in their update and how it is all a lie. So here we go. Let's do it. So anyone else, by the way, getting Safe Moon and drip vibes of over-promising, under-delivering? And here we go. Let's get that scammer because definitely not getting any crypto. But the people that they're scamming, I feel bad for. So you can definitely check out these articles that go hand in hand with what I'll be talking about today. But here we go. The classic cult playbook, scapegoating, which is a psychological phenomenon which a group of or individuals is singled out for or blamed for a problem. And you can see that right off the bat, the classic cult scapegoating philosophy. Some nefarious actors who coordinated an attack on the protocol via aggressive bond selling. And obviously they are just there. I mean, that's what you learn in marketing from the very beginning, literally throwing stones at a fake group that isn't real. I mean, it's just to create a tight bond with the community as if someone's actually trying to bring them down. I mean, obviously I'm trying to expose them, but that's because I care about my audience and he's trying to manipulate you guys. So let's get into that. I mean, you guys, this is a very common thing to strengthen the cult, manipulate people into thinking there's actually an enemy. Hence, there's no coordinated attack. There's no enemy. It's just trust me, bro. Really, the attack was on level 1 syndication members who had 25 bond, $250 in bond to just get that one level of their downline, essentially. And by dropping the price and locking out those people without bond eliminates their syndication essentially. So really the attack was on syndication members from Globe himself. The reason why they dumped the price is so that people that had only 250 bond within the foundation were wiped out and now no longer get compounding rewards because of that. Not only that, but with a high buy and sell tax, it just is literally just stealing from people who put in the bond for $250 and then take it out. And obviously dropping the price eliminated a lot of the profits or at all profits by doing that. So let's continue. The good news is that the people have now been washed out of the system. They have tried their best to take us down. Come on, building that cult following, and new price abilities are coming. literally by removing bond, you have not washed out anything, to be honest. Still taking money from the project. I mean, you still have ARK people earning 2% daily. That's not the issue. The issue is the compounding rewards that are the 2% daily. I mean, that's the biggest liability in these projects is the compounding effect of 2%. There is no attack on the system. It's using clever mechanics within the system to lock people's smaller wallets out, to lock people out of compounding, and to steal profits from the project. For example, I removed my bond a few days early because they shut off the LLC because I saw the writing on the wall and the lies they've been telling. You can review my post here where I said, hey, I'm removing my bond because I know that something's going to happen. And I was, again, right. I still have my ARK earning me 2% daily. I'm still earning money. So didn't wash out anybody, to be honest. All you did was lock out people to earn bond and to lock out syndication members. So really it was an attack on the syndication people, which is kind of sad and really manipulative. So as you can see, I mean, I had 21 people. I airdropped way more crypto than I did, but I sold my bond early. But those that didn't essentially just lose out on those direct referrals. So essentially they steal those referrals because it goes directly to the Guardian wallet. And as you can see here, I mean, that's how it's all set up. We can go to syndication rewards. Round robin explained. And so, I mean, you can see how this is set up. It's you have your compound, your first syndicate, second syndicate with the compound rewards. But if you cut off their ability to get any compounding rewards, it all goes to the Guardian, which is then fulfilling their pockets even more. So it was really an attack on syndication members and not really an outside enemy because they wanted to obviously cut off the compounding rewards that direct referrals offer. So that's a lie. But let's get into some other great information, misleading information that to date, the vault has paid out 2.9 million in BUSD in profit. Over 200 wallets have ROI'd and are smooth sailing on ARK. The business consultant for fintech doesn't even understand what profits means. Profit describes the financial benefit realized when revenue generated from a business exceeds the expense, costs, and taxes involved. We can look at the top wallets here. 25,000, 25,000, 25,000. It's kind of weird. It's all 25,000, 25,000, 23, 23, 23, 23. And all of those wallets are the same because they're not actually people, and they're taking into consideration that these wallets that are the same as the buys and sells are actually profits, and that's not true. Hint, it's not 2.9 million in profits. Check Bitcoin for yourself, and you'll see that top buyers and sellers are all the same addresses. 2A22756. 2A22756. It just goes to show you that, again, leading with misinformation and lying to their audience. For those that are like myself, considered smooth sailing. Yes, it is smooth sailing for me. I've ROI'd. I didn't invest a lot of money into it. Actually, someone airdropped me crypto to get in, and I decided to give 4 times as much crypto than to bring me into the project. And so what we are not actually smooth sailing. What we are actually liabilities that are going to drain the liquidity month after month. And that's what it is designed for. Next up, the ILC. Of course, it was shut off. They said that we never shut it off. We still have over 60,000 reserves, which we'll go over here in a second. says that they have never been switched off and is working as intended to protect and reserve as much as investors. Which is not true because, as you can see here, it says the price should go up and or down over time based on market conditions. And we went over this previously, how the volume of the market conditions and demand went up, but the price never actually went up. And I go over, if we go back to here on 100% proof that they are scamming their audience, you can read this article and I go over exactly how they're skimming off the top and holding all of the crypto in hidden wallets from all over the place. So 5,000 there, plus an additional 1,000, all sorts of different crypto wallets. So my favorite part is this, because this is really where it just shows that they don't know what they're doing. So criminal behavior, liquidity for pre-sale. 300K in liquidity was separated or whatever to pay BUSD yield to investors participating in ARKnet pre-sale round. The ARKnet pre-sale round does not reduce Arkfi sell pressure, or it does not only reduce sell pressure, but also gives investors a unique opportunity to earn their Arkfi tokens as a launch pad for the new ARKnet tokens. That is true. It does reduce sell pressure, 100%. They also stole 300,000 from you guys, which is right here, from one pot. Literally the liquidity reserves, which we can check here. Right here, that's where they stole their liquidity from, the LP, and they then used that to pay investors. This is a classic Ponzi scheme move. Take the money from one thing and pay it to another pot. That's literally a Ponzi, and that's how Ponzi's work. You are correct. By adding ARK tokens in the pre-seed contract, you are giving your ROI up in hopes to make that money in 15 months from now. And as we can tell, a single wallet who has invested $10,000 in ARK and only paying 1%, not even 2%, claiming 50%, 50% in 15 months, will earn you $88,000 and have a principal balance of $176,000. So let me ask you something. Are you willing to gamble $88,000 with a $10,000 investment in hopes that in 15 months that the actual value of ARKnet and everything that they've said is actually going to come up to fruition? I'm going to say that they don't. I'm going to say that it's not going to happen. And we can go over that right now. So, and if you guys have any questions about this or concerns, complaints, feel free to drop them down below. I'll be more than welcome to be transparent and ask you anything. But as we can see, did I not save this? Did I not save the, pretty sure I did. Yeah, right here. So this is the same thing that people did with Animal Farm. And you can see the proof in the pudding. I mean, if you would have held for 12 months, you would have been down 60% on your investment instead of just holding and taking your profits right here with claiming. But if you're able to earn $88,000 in 15 months and $176,000 in principal balance, why would you, where's that money to replace that to keep the peg stable? But two, what about the other 5,000 people or 2,000 people times this? I mean, this is only one wallet. So times that by 2,000 people, you're looking at quite a bit of money that is needed to keep this project afloat. And it's never going to happen. So are you willing to chance your 88,000 and 2,000 other people wallets giving up their money in a chance to hope that this project is actually going to deliver on what they say? I'm guessing not. I'm going to go over why they won't here in a second. So Brennan, how do I know that the ILC is back on? Because double transactions within the same second. And as you can see, this one actually not, but this top one, ED, you can see that it is in full swing of buy and sell. And as you know, watching the ILC, this one has $12,000 just sitting in it, holding and hidden from the treasury and hidden from all of you guys. Not only that, but we can see that there is a wallet that is sending all of these wallets money to feed them in order to use and hide the money within the project. As you can see, this feeder wallet, which I've linked right here, you guys can, I'll link my article here so you have access to this and you can read all the information that I have presented. But as you can see, this feeder wallet with all the BNB has just been sending and receiving BNB all through the project ever since the beginning of the project. And so we can go into even more details about about the 5-month anniversary. Since the launch, what have they accomplished as milestones? Number one, successfully launched an ecosystem of DeFi yielding products. What ecosystem? There's only a dApp and that's it. Which is literally just what every other project has done. Two, cultivated a community of positive, transparent, and passionate investors. You scammed your community. That's not an accomplishment nor a milestone. Celebrated our 5th anniversary of growth and 2,000 podcasts in a row. Congrats on keeping on the illusion of the scam without showing your faces and having fake pseudo names. You can definitely check on that. I've done my research on the fake team, so you can read this on, is it here? Yeah, feel free to read my article about the fake team, which are people actually doing identity theft. So there's that. But let's continue because, why not? Maintain the treasury reserves with a roadmap of utility in 2023. Maintain treasury? Let's check that out. So before the shakeout, there was 928,000 in BUSD, 307,000 in reserves, and a vault balance of 285. Today, May 20th, there is 600,000 plus in liquidity. There is 680,000 in reserves now, and a missing of 35,000 vault balance of ARK. So let's see how that has been maintained. 30,000 at the price of $5.71. Would it be 171,000 missing from the vault balance and 300,000 removed from the LP? And for whatever reason, a gain of 80,000 in the reserves, while 471,000 is missing. As you can tell, they removed the 300,000. The criminal who is using identity theft is stole your 300,000. And how is it maintained? My guess is they stole the 300,000 from investors. And since it's always a 50-50 split with LP, 50% being BUSD, 50% being ARK, they split those, put 80,000 of it into the this wallet right here, the ILC reserves, and then obviously the difference of, what is that? 60,000 went to the team as salaries, and then the other pair, the 150,000 in ARK, went to the pre-seed contract to pay themselves again. And so we can continue. Let's see the near future events. Release of the ArkNet privacy light paper, who cares? Launch of a air card, launch of the fiat on-ramp, and launch of the pre-seed token. Worthless utility, no white paper, who cares? No one cares about a white paper. Most people don't even read it, nor do they, might skim over it, but they have no idea how it breaks down. Air card, how does that bring outside capital? It doesn't. Fiat on-ramp, no one's gonna on-ramp with your on-ramp. And why isn't there an off-ramp? That's weird. Why can't you off-ramp crypto? Pre-seed privacy lockup for 15 months. Again, we talked about Animal Farm and why they're a bunch of liars. And they just repeated the same thing. So like near-term events and then up for development, like crypto cards, crypto on-ramping, they literally just said the same thing here. So again, it seems like they're very keen on this crypto card and on-ramp as if it's going to save the project. Hint, it's not. Next up, the 4X playbook. Overpromise, never deliver. As you can see, in 1 quarter, which is I think 3 months, it took them that long to actually create a mobile application, which in reality is just a little bit of HTML, JavaScript, and CSS, which I was able to do with ChatGPT very easily using a basic template that I asked ChatGPT, which I showed you guys in a live completely how to do that. Super easy, and it took them 3 months to do something I did in 30 seconds. We are 1 month and 10 days away from Q3, and they're working on things that require no development. A fiat on-ramp is not development. It's literally just hiring, going through a third party, signing some contracts. I've done it with Guardian and Change Now. It took an hour to do, so that's like literally no setup whatsoever. A virtual prepaid credit card, again, I mean, it's just a few contracts you need to sign, and no development really needs to be done. It's just literally sending it's like a swap or an API that you'll connect to. It's super easy to do. So literally they spent 6 months doing nothing. Like this takes no time. I did this in 30 seconds. I could probably do it, like have a full working mobile application, which is really just a bookmark, in like a weekend. So like they haven't done anything. But and as I said, they're just white label products, just additional contracts. You don't really need to do anything. So overpromise, underdeliver. Anyone getting the Safe Moon / drip vibes, because I sure am. But let's look over some of these amazing things that they are trying to do. A DVPN, cloud storage, password manager, a whole privacy network, on-chain gold token, crypto banking, DEX, AMA, and then obviously it migrated all over to Polygon. And this is all of the upcoming things that they're doing, which one, they're never going to do. I mean, if it took 6 months to create a mobile app, and that's all they've done in 6 months, which literally took less than a weekend, what makes you think that they're going to ever do any of this? Which requires a whole set of teams, because all of these are different verticals within the business. Like creating a private VPN network is one whole thing. Cloud storage is a whole different thing. Password management, security, like encryption, all of this stuff requires multiple team members, a huge team, and they think they're going to do it in the near future. That's a bunch of bullshit. Not only that, but they're creating a layer 2, which is again bullshit. So why not add fusion reactors, nanobots, and time travel and all the other bullshit that they're feeding you? So until next time, guys, remember to stop believing the bullshit that they're feeding you. The rules of DeFi go as follows: get your money out first and don't trust the dev team. That is literally how you win in DeFi. Get your money out first. Don't trust whatever the dev team says. They know the rules of the game. You don't. So stop listening to this guy and the rest of the team. As far as who I think are also people you should not listen to within this project, Crypto Optimist. He was the one that airdropped me 12 wallets, or 10 Arkfi, and in doing so, that was a nice way to get me into the project. But he has 12 wallets deep and is definitely a part of the inside circle. So you definitely need to be careful of him. Also, I would be mindful of Drip Guide, Brandon, obviously the founders. I would not ever listen to Fleming or Crypto Putter. I wouldn't listen to Crypto Badgers unless they've decided to change up their tone. I haven't seen any videos in the recent days since the collapse So definitely be, I'm not sure about Crypto Badger, but they seem to be like hand in hand. So I'm not 100% sure, but nothing has been talked about that. So I would say ask questions within the Discord, ask questions within the Telegram, ask them about showing you guys the DVPN, the privacy token with a test net. All of these should be done within a month and a half or less. And so they should be able to have an MVP in an environment that can test and show you exactly how it works. I would never invest in a secondary token that the team is creating without actually creating the utility, which is the DVPN that it's going to run on, because that's strange. And literally, a DVPN is going to be much more coding, much more team members, and a lot more money going into it than a privacy token. That's why they want to tie up your ROI first, is so that your money is locked away and they can continuously dump. I mean, that's how this project is working. I mean, just look at Drip, look at Fira, look at all these all these projects that are similar. So, and they did some things that were a little bit different, like the rewards, not being able to go past 24 hours and collect rewards, which then locks out other people's wallets. And as the price continuously drops, it's going to lock out smaller wallets. That leaves more liquidity for bigger wallets to continuously dump. And if you think those people aren't dumping on you, then you are someone special. So I'll leave all my research down below with all 3 articles, so you can do your own research. Feel free to call out FUD. I have no qualms about you calling FUD, but back it up with your own evidence. If you can't back it up with your own evidence, then you're just an NPC, brainless, non-person who doesn't think whatsoever for themselves, and all they can do is repeat the rhetoric that other people say. So if you are not that type of person, and you actually maybe have a little bit of insight on maybe anything, then go ahead and drop down your own counter FUD, so to speak, and I'll look at it and we'll see who's right. So until next time, guys, remember to like and subscribe, downvote if you don't like this content, I don't give a fuck, or upvote so more people can be aware of the scam that is Arkfi. Until next time, guys.